Hello viewers, welcome to today's video where we are looking at how to evaluate square root of 30 cubic plus 40 cubic plus 50 cubic, and you are required to leave your answer in sand form. So to do that, we want to simplify what is inside the bracket, and then later on we are going to take the square root. So what is inside is 30 cubic plus 40 cubic plus 50 cubic. Everything we are taking the square root of this. We note that can be written as 3 times 10, and now everything is cubic. 40 can be written as 4 times 10, and everything is cubic, plus 50. 50 cubic can be written as 5 times 10, everything cubic. From here, we see that using this law of indices, which tells us that if you have n times b power a, you can take the index inside and you raise each of the item inside the bracket. So this will be n power a multiplied by b power a. So applying that to each of these here, we are going to have, in the first case, our n is 3. So you have 3 cubic multiplied by 10 cubic, then plus, in the second, our n is 4. So you have 4 cubic multiplied by 10 cubic, plus, in the third part, our n is 5. So you have 5 cubic multiplied by 10 cubic. From here, we can clearly see that we have 10 cubic, which is common, so we can factor it out. 10 cubic into bracket, we will be left in the first case with 3 cubic plus 4 cubic plus 5 cubic. We close the bracket. Then we simplify what is inside the bracket. That is 3 cubic is 3 times 3 times 3, which is 27. 4 cubic means 4 times 4 times 4. That is 4 multiplied by itself 3 times, which is equivalent to 64. Plus 5 cubic means you multiply 5 3 times by itself. So 5 times 5 is 25. 25 multiplied by 5 is 125. From there now, we add what is inside the bracket, and 27 plus 64 plus 125, it is 216. Remember, everything is multiplied by 10 cubic. We come back to what we had. We are supposed to obtain the square root. What I have done, I have decided to simplify what is inside the square root, so that from there now we take the square root of our given equation, which is square root of 30 cubic plus 40 cubic plus 50 cubic. Whatever is inside the square root as reduced to 10 cubic multiplied by 216. We obtain the square root of that. So note that 216 is the same as 6 times 6 times 6, which is equivalent to 6 cubic. So this is equal to 10 cubic multiplied by 6 cubic, everything square root. Next, we write 10 times 10 times 10. So 10 cubic means you multiply 10 by itself 3 times 6 times 6 times 6. Everything you take the square root. Now, 10 times 10 is equal to, or we can write it as 10 squared times 10 times 6 squared times 6. Everything square root. From here, we make use of this identity. If you have a power n multiplied by b, everything square root, you can separate the square root whereby you can take the square root of a power n multiplied by square root of b. So that is what we are going to make use here, like this. So here we shall have 10 squared square root multiplied by square root of 10 multiplied by square root of 6 squared multiplied by square root of 6. Making use of this identity here. Our a is 10, our b is 10, and our n is 2. In the second part here, our a is 6, our n is 2. Now, square root of 10 squared, it is 10. You are told to leave your answer in sand form, so here you just write it as 10 times square root of 6 squared is 6 multiplied by square root of 6. If you have b, root of a multiplied by c, root of d, we can multiply the part which are outside the root as b times c. So this is b times c into bracket square root of a times d. So we make use of this identity. In our case, b is 10. Our a, which is in the square root, is 10. And our c is 6. And our d is 6, which is in the bracket. So we shall have 10 times 6. So we shall have 10 multiplied by 6 square root of 10 multiplied by 6. So 10 times 6 is 60 square root of 10 times 6, which is 60. So you are required to leave your answer in third form. In this case, we can simplify this part here, whereby 60 can be written as 4 times 15, and separating the square, we have 4 multiplied by square root of 15. Square root of 4 is 2 times root of 15. So 60 times 2 is 120 square root of 15. And that is the solution of what you are given. Our question was that cubic plus 40 cubic plus 50 cubic. Everything you take the square root. So the result is equal to, it is equal to 120 multiplied by square root of 15. So that is how you simplify this equation through those simple method steps. Thanks so much for taking your time to study with me. In case you are new in this channel, kindly consider subscribing and also clicking on the notification bell so that you are notified whenever there is a new release. Also, you can click on the comment. Let me hear your comment on concerning this working. Let me also hear whether you have any other approach which you can use to simplify this equation here, you and leave your answer in short form. Bye bye for now. See you in the next video. Thanks.